Hello and welcome to the video. This is a video about this thing here. This is the Carbonfly 80 from AstroRC. Now, I heard from AstroRC probably back in the summer. They offered me a review unit. When I looked at the website, it was incredibly Chinese. When I downloaded the manual for the unit, it was very, very Chinese as well. And I went back to them and said, look, if you want to talk to an English audience, then this information also needs to be in other languages as well. And they said they will take that on board, and that was kind of where I left it. However, a couple of weeks ago, I spotted that this was listed on Banggood, and in its analog version, it's less than $100, £100, although they do an 04 air unit version, the 04 Lite, the DJI system, which is actually inside this one. So I had a look at it and thought, actually, you know what? That actually looks really interesting. Let me get in one to give it a try. So in this video, it's going to be standard stuff. We'll go through the key features, we'll talk about the Betaflight setup, I'll show you what it's like to fly, and then I'll do my summary at the end. Now, the Carbonfly 80 is a 2S HD quad designed around the 04 and also the Walksnail 1S V3 units, and it does also come, as I've mentioned, in analog trim as well. It has 80mm wheelbase with a 45mm diameter propellers compared to the smaller 75mm and 40mm props. So you get a little bit better efficiency on the prop, and it supports basic freestyle flying as well as just kind of cruising around. Recommended battery of this is something like a 520 milliamp 2S battery, and that'll give you 5 to 6 minutes of flight time with the 04 video system. But realistically, it's going to be a little bit less if you're flying it aggressively. Motors on here are the AstroRC Custom 1102 14,000 kV version. The flight controller on this is a GHE MCU's G474. It's a 12 amp flight controller, has a built-in Express LRS receiver. It's an all-in-one unit, sadly with an F411 CPU on board, which means it is working pretty hard. But the nice thing about it, it does include a 9-volt voltage regulator to power the HD system, which is good for things like that to stop getting them too hot. Receiver inside is an Express LRS 3.0 receiver. The way I actually bind, go through this all more detail in a minute, is I powered the quad and let it sit there for 60 seconds. Then it went into Wi-Fi mode. I just connected it over Wi-Fi and then put my bind phrase on it. I struggled with the onboard one to get it into the bind mode using the power cycle or the bind button inside Betaflight. There are two versions of this. There's the PMP and the bind and fly. The big differences are the Express LRS receiver is installed in the bind and fly version, and the VTX system is also in the bind and fly version here. So the one we're looking at right now is that bind and fly. Plugging it into the computer isn't too tricky. There is a USB port underneath where the battery is going to go, and you can plug it into your computer and have a look around. Firmware on this is 4.5.2. There's a little bit of something in the data flash, which I like to see. That probably means that it has been armed before it left the factory. Hopefully that's for every unit, not just this one that's been sent to me for review. So let's have a look at the settings. Going ports first. We can see that UART3 is for the receiver, UART2 is set for the MSP DisplayPort stuff for the DJI 04 unit that's part of this. Configuration is pretty standard stuff, 8K gyro, 4K PID loop, CPU's running at about 50%, that's pretty high, but this is an F411 based flight controller here. Nothing really to write home about. This is all pretty basic stuff. The LED strip is turned on because it has two addressable LEDs at the rear. They're initially kind of just set to cycle. I've turned them on to red because they're a little bit easier to see. Power and battery looks like that. Failsafe is set to drop. So that's how that's all set up. That's how I like to see that stuff. PID tuning, I'm not going to dwell too much on this. I'll put a diff and dump down below. This is how it has been supplied. So again, those files will be available below if you get into trouble with yours. Set for CRSF. I found that the bind receiver button here in the bottom right hand corner didn't put the receiver into bind on this one, or I really struggled with it. So just be aware of that. Modes, I definitely come in here and have a little bit of a play. set correctly for channel 5 to be arming, but everything else probably needs a little bit of a play. But it does have the beeper on there too, and that's a great mode to have for little models like this. Also, the layout of the HD stuff isn't particularly good. It seems to be set correctly, but I would come in here and drag things around so it appears correctly in your goggles. This is probably just copied over from the analog configuration. Dump and diff are below, as I've mentioned, if you want to go and have a look, or you want to put yours back to how it came from the factory. Only last thing to mention is the LEDs on the back. There are 2 of them, and it's actually really handy for orientation. This is how they're set up by default. If I just highlight the first one, you can see it's set for rainbow. Both of them are not doing anything in particular apart from looking pretty. I've just turned mine onto red. They just make a really easy way for you to figure out which way the quad is pointing if you are flying it line of sight. It's also a nice visual indicator if you land it in a bush of where the thing is, along with the buzzer. I'd also recommend connecting the quad to the DJI Assistant 2 to make sure that the 04 unit is activated, and also update it to the latest version. The challenge is the USB-C port that's on the Air unit is a little bit tricky to get to. There isn't any kind of adapter cable, so you might have to work a little bit harder than you would expect to be able to connect to that and be sure that it's activated and also updated. This one that I've been shipped here was activated. I'm not sure if they're all going to be on production units. Now, the recommended battery for this is about 550 milliamp hours, 2S. I'm flying mine on 450s, which fit really well. However, that's giving me a relatively short flight time. On 2S, it's got lots of power. It isn't a flip and roller out and out speed acro machine, but it can easily get in and out of trouble and can fly around quite nicely. The tune is very good, it's very quiet, and you know, I'm only getting 3-4 minutes out of this before I'm having to land if I'm being careful. If I'm flying it around in a more spirited way, then that's more like 2 or 3 minutes. So just be aware of that when you're flying around. It's very easy when you're flying, particularly with the DJI 04 system, enjoying the HD footage, looking around the countryside, to kind of forget where you're up to. Just keep an eye on that battery voltage and be prepared to land. My recommendation would be put the biggest battery that you can fit on here to give you the longest flight time. It'll handle the weight and it'll give you a little bit longer in the air. So there's lots of things that I really like about this. I do like the unusual frame layout and the design. It does look like something that should be on Batman's utility belt. I do love the vibration isolated camera mount. That seems to work incredibly well with not a hint of jello detected at all, irrespective of the throttle settings. I like the fact it's come with the DJI 04 system installed and configured and set up. This seems to be the way that DJI is starting to do it now, rather than incentivize frame manufacturers to build their stuff around the 04 system and then not ship it with it. It's now starting to ship with it. I don't know whether that's a way around some of the imports and bans that are around in the world for some of that stuff. I do like the fact that it has a buzzer. At the back, we have a small buzzer and a little capacitor. That is incredibly handy. Along with the 2 little LEDs means that it's easier to find. If it does come in long grass, you've got a chance of getting the thing back. Again, this one came with the 04 unit activated. Not sure if it will. Check on yours. And I like the fact it's Express LRS receiver inside too, so you can use whichever radio takes your fancy. Only a couple of things to be aware of. Only analog or the 04 SKUs available at time of recording. I really hope they add Walk Snail, Avatar or Ascent or some others in the future. That would be nice. Or even ship it with space so you can add your own would be good. F411 based flight controller is a little outdated. It's fine for this, I guess, but in terms of longevity and future support for software, it's not a great idea. Something like a 405 or lots and lots of these things are starting to come out with F7 based CPUs. It is tricky to get to the DJI 04 USB port at the side for updates. Be aware of that. It would be good if they put some little adapter cable in the box for the 04 unit. And I'm not a huge fan of the antenna placement. It seems to work okay when you're flying around, but you know, it's suboptimal to have it at that kind of weird angle with the VTX on one side and Express LRS on the other. And there is that overly Chinese website and manual at the time of recording. I have continually fed back to these guys that they need to do a better job with different languages if they're going to target a worldwide customer base. In summary, this is a very nice pocket quad for those looking for something bigger than a Whoop. I hope that they do more non-Chinese language stuff on their manual and website. It'll broaden the appeal of this brand. Don't let the fact that this is very Chinesey when you look at that stuff put you off though. This is a smashing little quad and flies very well. Perfect for those looking for a step up from their Whoops, or maybe for a 5-inch quad pilot who wants a fun indoor flyer or something they can keep in their pocket when they get a spare 5 minutes. Thank you for watching my video. Check out the playlist, and adding Pedantry 60 to your search terms will help you find my content. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. You can support the time I spend here answering questions and helping others by using the links in the video description.